But yeah, this is actually the perfect road to show off the stock headlight and how crappy it is. It's literally just a strip of light in front of you, nothing special at all. What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. We've got the Talaria MX-5 looking sexier than ever. I was gonna surprise you guys today with a new Warp 9 big light headlight, but I realized that I'm missing a part from Warp 9. It's actually funny to me how, you know, to use one Warp 9 part, you kind of have to buy like one or two other parts. I ended up buying the big light Warp 9 headlight and Warp 9 bar mount, but it turns out I also need a stem lock to go with it. You can see the stock stem lock here is actually not going to fit the Warp 9 bar mount. You'll need to add a spacer if you want to use the stock one. And apparently the Warp 9 stem lock is a lot better than the stock one. Apparently it's going to prevent your handlebars from shifting and keep it locked in place with the forks. So I just put in an order for that. We're waiting on that. That content will come soon. But tonight we're just going to go for a casual night ride. And I also wanted to show off how crappy the stock light is. It's nice and small. The big light that I have is about this big, so I can't wait to show you guys the difference. This stock light that the bike comes with, as you can see, is just like a slash in the road, and it's like 5 feet in front of you. It's not great, but we will make it work. You can see the range right there. Not great at all, but anyway, let's start riding and talk about some upcoming content that I have coming to the channel. So, as I mentioned, we're going to be installing the Warp 9 big light on this bike. I can't wait for that. Also need to check out the rear brake. Rear brake is sounding, I don't know if you guys can hear that. It sounds pretty weird. Some other content that I want to do for the channel. I'm going to need to do an oil change on this bike soon. We're currently sitting at 187 miles. Talaria suggests that you get the oil change done at 180 miles. But Unicycle has said that, you know, it's pretty conservative. You could probably get away with doing an oil change at 300. So I do have some time, but I do want to get it done sooner rather than later, just to preserve the gearbox. Let's fix these mirrors again. Constantly giving me trouble. We are good to go. So as I was saying, Unicycle has a video that they put out where they show you how to do the whole oil change. It's not very complicated at all. And you can get away with doing it at 300 miles. After that point, you can do an oil change. You won't have to do an oil change for another 3,000 miles, which is great. Another thing I really need to do on this bike is fill these tubes with slime. I have something called Flat Out, which I've used on my Aerial Rider X Class, and it works really great. Never had a flat on that bike. So far, so good. I haven't had a flat on this bike, but there's no slime in these tires. So we're gonna install the Flat Out, do an oil change, and also clean the chain on this bike. I've done like a early chain clean on this bike that wasn't really necessary, and I feel like it just made it grimier than it was before, unfortunately. But we're gonna do a proper chain clean soon on this bike. Wish I brought my goggles today. My eyes are watering. Lastly, what we're also going to do is I'm very close to filming an off-roading session, my first time off-roading the MX-5. That video is going to be uploaded to the channel very soon. Well, recorded, edited, and uploaded very soon. I can't wait to get that out to you guys. Man, this bike is so fast. But yeah, we're gonna go off-roading. I really want to get the slime in the tires before I decide to go off-roading, but I don't know if we're gonna have time for that. So we'll have to see. Regardless, I'm gonna be very careful out there. I'm not gonna do any high-speed shenanigans. It's gonna be my first time off-roading, so I want to be extremely safe and careful out there. Oh, this is way too much traffic for me. Another thing I also was experimenting with was a cheap lav mic. I was playing around with it yesterday, and honestly, like, finding a good place to mount that mic is not a problem, it's just a little bit of a process. I recorded some content, and honestly, you could hear me breathing. The mic was like rubbing my mouth. It was just a pain in the ass to mount. So maybe you guys have some tips and tricks on how to properly mount your lav mic. You gotta be careful here. It could slip out on some leaves. But yeah, this is actually the perfect road to show off the stock headlight and how crappy it is. I mean, I already watched the Talaria Boys vid before purchasing this bike, and they threw out the stock headlight immediately. I was just not expecting it to be this bad. It's literally just a strip of light in front of you, nothing special at all. I'm so excited to install this big light from Warp 9. I know it's gonna just illuminate this whole forest. We'll do another ride through that area to just demo how good that light is. It's the best light I'm pretty sure you can get for the Talaria MX-5. I'm just kind of pissed I have to buy all of these Warp 9 parts, you know? I've never wanted to go the Warp 9 route, but you know, I kind of got sucked into it. All the cool colors they have, you know, everything looks so pretty, and yeah, we're pretty much stuck with it now. Woo! Man, this bike is so much fun. I can literally climb any hill I choose in San Francisco with this light. Let's go for a little ride around here. Something sounds really off about this bike. We're gonna take a quick look and make sure that nothing is missing or broken. It really sounds like something got dropped into the center there. I've got all the bolts still. Another thing I need to do on this bike is get some, oh, what's it called? Thread lock? I can't remember the right name for it. I think it's thread lock, but I need to start applying some thread lock to these screws, man, because I end up having to tighten this thing quite a bit, tighten all the screws on this bike quite a bit. And the last thing you want is to be stranded out there. right, this is it. The one and only staircase. Let's get our shots. Get a nice thumbnail. And then get the hell out of here. Yeah, that's the one. Yes. 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 Okay. I think we're good to go, guys. Yeah, views out here are absolutely beautiful. You can see the Palace of Fine Arts lit up there. Recently found out that it was built back in, I think, 1906. There was some World Fair that was held here in San Francisco. And I think it was built before then even. I didn't realize that that building was so old. Something else I've been experimenting with is just posting more shorts. It's just, you know, kind of throwaway short form content, but I do want to get better at it. I'm going to start up a TikTok for this channel soon, and I want to get some content filmed for that TikTok. Just, you know, highlights from the long form content, just get viewers engaged. Show you guys what goes on my day-to-day rides. Yesterday I had a crazy encounter. Some guy in a car ended up raging at me for whatever reason. And I got the whole thing on video. Unfortunately, my GoPro settings are like pretty crappy. He thought he was close to hitting me and ended up raging at me for whatever reason. But yeah, I may end up posting that at some point. So stay tuned for that. Okay, picked up some goodies. We're about to head home. Anyway, just wanted to do a little night ride for the channel. Keep you guys updated on what's going on. Like I mentioned, we have tons of more content coming. I want to thank everybody for watching again. Stay tuned, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.